Everybody, if you're watching right now, you're probably watching a replay. So make sure you leave a comment, your reaction. Your name will be entered twice for today's stream. Hopefully next time you come in and watch us live and tune in and hang out with us. All right, so there it is. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this edition of mfers Live. Yes, it's July 17, 2018. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. It's Tuesday. It's our fact day today, yes. I'm going to stretch and move around that table here. All right. Hello, Christopher. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Brady, one of our little MFers tuned in. How you doing, buddy? It's always great to see you, yes. Hopefully everybody's having a great beginning of the week so far. We're only on Tuesday. We still got a little bit of ways to go for the weekend. I know it's kind of like the weekend for the kids. It's summer holidays. Hopefully all the little MFers out there are having a blast. So, yes, welcome to MFers Live. It's Tuesday. We are in studio with none other than my co-host, Nacho the Cat. Yes, see, and he's still blinging it out. He is totally blinging it out. And, yes, we are filmed live in front of a live studio audience with none other than Maester Chef and Gordo in the background. That's all. Hey, that's what I got. That's okay. They are live in the studio on the other side of the camera, of course. We're going to start off today's stream like we always do with a bunch of shout-outs. All right, here we go. We got a little handful here. All right, we're going to start right away. All right, who we got here? All right, so we have Susan Tremblay. What else we have? We have, Tamara Richards. I'm surprised I haven't seen her in here yet because Tamara, look, double shout-out for Tamara. All right, who else we got here? We got Verna Lockman. Hey, Timmy, how you doing, buddy? It's always great to see you here, brother. All right, who else we here? We got the one for Leah Dubrick. All right, and look, triple shout-out for Verna. Check that out. There you go, Verna. All right, hello, Amanda. It's always good to see you. All right, we got Charlene Pratt. All right. All right, so we're going to give a little special shout-out and send some positive vibes to Charlene Pratt. There you go. Send your thing out. There you go, buddy. Yes, hello, everybody. Yes, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. It's Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it is our fact day. But like always, we're going to start off with the reading of our positive history for today, for July 17th. All right, so 50 years ago today, yes, 50 years ago today, Yellow Submarine, the iconic animated film by the Beatles, premiered in London. The full-length fantasy features the Fab Four as cartoon characters who agree to travel with young Fred in his yellow submarine to free the people of Pepperland. Under attack from the music-hating Blue Meanies, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band sails to the rescue and restores the landscape of color, flowers, and music. The actual Beatles performed the songs, but participated only in the closing scene of the film. Directed by animation producer George Dunning. The cartoon counterparts were voiced by actors, yeah. So it wasn't even them. How you doing, Brian? It's always great to see you. Oh, look, Angie's here as well. Hi, Angie. How are you? Scarlett's here. Hi, Scarlett. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well, little one. Audiences and critics actually loved it, yes. But the beginning of it was actually not even the Beatles. It was actually voice actors who played the voices. So that's pretty cool. All right, what else do we have here? We have more good news on this day. Yes. All right, here we go. So U.S. President Lincoln signed the first federal law allowing persons of African descent to serve in the U.S. military. And that was back in 1862. The first electrical air conditioner was switched on by Willis Carrier, the engineer who invented, designed, and built the machine in Buffalo, New York, 1912. And trust me, I think everybody is very thankful to you, buddy, for creating that wonderful, beautiful device that we all know as AC, especially in the heat that we've had this summer. Hello, Peter. How are you doing? I'm like, she went shopping. Oh, Scarlett went shopping. That's awesome. That is awesome. Hopefully you got some toys. Yes. All right. So 70 years ago today, the U.S. Air Force pilot Gail Halvorson first met the suffering yet appreciative children of Berlin during the humanitarian airlift and went on to pioneer for them the idea of dropping candy with miniature parachutes, resulting in 23 tons of candy being delivered throughout the blockade. And that was back in 1948. Oh, Sean's here too. Hey, Sean, how you doing, buddy? It's always great to see you in here, buddy. Does that mean all the little ones are tuning in? Hi, guys. Hi. And you know what? If you guys are watching from home right now, hello to all the spirits out there in Loretto. How are you guys? You guys can come down anytime. Come hang out with me. Come on. Come guess. Spirit right here, that'd be pretty cool. Anytime. All right. So what else? Ooh. Now I know the little MF is going to like this one. So on this day, on July 17th, okay, first opened its magical doors to the public in Anaheim, California, back in 1955. That's pretty cool. Britain announced that Queen Elizabeth II had signed into law the bill passed by Parliament, legalizing same-sex marriages in England and in Wales. And that was only like 5 years ago. Hey, anytime. They're totally welcome. And you know what? Spirits out there, guys, don't be spooking up my little MFers out there, okay? Because, you know, I'll come back up. That's not a problem. I don't mind. At all. You play nice with Scarlett and her sister, okay? Always play nice. Hello, NTG. It's great to see you, buddy. And also on this day back in 1975, two spacecrafts, an American Apollo and a Soviet Soyuz, docked with each other in orbit. Yes. So they remained linked in space for 47 hours, so almost a full 2 days. Marking the first time such a link-up occurred between spacecraft from two nations. And excuse me. And at the end of the Cold War, a symbol of the policy of Dente that two superpowers began pursuing. Oh, we got a happy birthday here, guys. You guys ready for this one? Hello, buddy. Yes, it's been a little while. Thank you for tuning back in. Oh, Justice is there too. Hey, what's up, Justice? How you doing, buddy? All right. Okay, we got a happy birthday. Yes, happy 83rd birthday. Yes, 83rd birthday to Donald Sutherland. Yes, the Canadian actor known for his roles in such films as The Dirty Dozen, MASH, Klotz, The Hunger Games, and the Academy Award-winning Ordinary People. He named his four sons, including Kiefer Sutherland, after directors like Rob Redford, with whom he has worked. And he was born on this day back in 1935. Wow, Donald Sutherland, yes. He was that the president? Is that what they were called? He was called in the Hunger Games?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think his role was the president in the Hunger Games. And he is. He's been such an amazing actor. He is. And so happy 83rd birthday, buddy. And he's still around and kicking. It's amazing. What do we got here? We're talking about good time, chilling, got again. In the meantime, we're talking about our positive history, buddy. Always. All right, so we're going to show this off so that we can get out to do our facts for the day. All right, so we got to let everything catch up with us. Sometimes go for wings. We don't need to bring Justice there. Come on. What is this? Now, why is that doing it that way? Are you really going to do this again to me? Why? Oh, why? Okay. So I'm going to have to share that to myself again. I don't know why. See, and we were just doing good. We were. I was so happy. And then, of course, Facebook had to go do another update. All right. So you know what? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to pop back in here. I'm going to go over to my own profile so that I can share it off to the MFers Live Facebook page because that's where it belongs. All right. So let's see here. We're going to write the post. Oh, that's weird. I guess, yeah, because Facebook was updating when I came into it. All right, so there we go. It is shared off to the MFers Live Facebook page. Just had to get a little bit of time. All right. Hello, Kelly. Thanks for tuning in, dear. It's always great to see you. Great. Always. Peace, love, blessing, everybody. All right. Okay, so let's see here. We got our facts. I got to open up. Where is it? There it is. Okay. All right, go to the focus. All right. So we're going to open this up. Hopefully, okay, there we go. PDF. All right, now I don't know who is calling out to me, but I will definitely answer to somebody. Okay, so we're going to do some facts on trains. You guys ready for this? All right. So there's actually an abandoned subway station under City Hall in New York that no train stops at, but you can actually see it in passing if you take the number 6 train. There you go. That's something interesting, right? All right, so someone commits suicide in Japan by jumping onto an oncoming train. The train company can or will sue his or her family for cleanup fees, loss of income, and negative publicity brought on by the suicide. Wow. Okay, that's new. I didn't know that. All right, so don't jump in front of any subways, people. Don't. Bad negative reflection to everybody else. All right, so or trains in Sweden traveling down to the coast generate 5 times the amount of electricity they use, powering nearby towns and the return trip for other trains. That's pretty amazing. In 1963, 4 Princeton students forced a local train to stop by parking a car on the tracks. With a gun loaded with blanks, they got onto the train, picked 4 girls as their dates, and rode away with them on horseback. Of course. All right, so the fight scene on top of the train in Skyfall was actually filmed on top of a real moving train. And Daniel Craig did not use a stunt double. All right, so if you watch the film Skyfall, the scene where Daniel Craig is on top of the moving train, yeah, he did that himself. No stunt doubles, totally himself. All right. In Japan, trains are so punctual that any delay over 5 minutes usually incurs an apology and a delay certificate for passengers on their way to work. When trains are delayed for an hour or more, it may even make the news. That's pretty awesome. All right. It is possible to travel from Portugal to Vietnam solely by train at 17,000 kilometers. This is the longest train journey in the world. Well, yeah, 17,000 kilometers. Wow, that's a long way. In 1886, 3 people were killed and many more were injured in a Texas train company's publicity stunt. They invited the public to watch 2 other trains crash head-on into one another at full speed, promising a good show. It just did not go the way they planned it. In 1907, a Mexican railroad brakeman named Jesus Garcia saved the entire town of Nacrozari, Sonora, by single-handedly driving a damaged and burning train containing dynamite 6 kilometers away from the town before it finally exploded, and killing him inside. So he sacrificed some time. Wow. Hogwarts. All right, here's one for this for the low MFers too. Okay, so Hogwarts Express train used in the Harry Potter movies is an actual train that runs even today in Scotland. The line winds through gorgeous settings, including highland valleys and beside rocks. It's showtime. I showed up to the showdown. Showpiece. What? NTG, you're great, buddy. You have such rhymes. You do. All right. So what else we got here? What other facts we got here? All right. So that's trains. All right. And we're going to go planes. You know what? And I just checked. No automobiles. So we're not having the trains, planes, automobile facts today. All right. So here's some facts on planes. All right. So the wings of an airplane are just one component of flight. There are actually 4 forces of flight that push the plane up, down, forward, or slow it down. These 4 forces of flight are lift, thrust, drag, and weight. Wow, really? I didn't know that, bud. Train just hit a car on Southgate yesterday at 2:07 p.m. Wow. See? I mean, stuff all the time. Hopefully everybody's okay. All right. So the Wright brothers invented and flew the very first airplane back in 1903. It is considered the world's first sustained and controlled heavier-than-air powered flight. Their aircraft, the Wright Flyer, flew about 120 feet. Today, the newest Boeing 787 can actually fly 10,000 miles on a single tank of gas. Wow. One of the most deadly airplane accidents actually happened on the ground. In 1977, two fully loaded planes carrying a total of over 600 passengers collided head-on in the middle of a runway. What is now known as the Tenerife accident, named after Tenerife Island where the accident occurred. Wow. And over 500 people died from that. Wow. So only 100 survived, and that was on ground. No injuries, but a dummy parked on the tracks. So his or her ex-car gets wrecked by the train. Oh, okay. So someone just kind of like abandoned their vehicle. And you know what? It's not really, really exciting thing to do. Like, they're lucky that the train didn't end up getting derailed or anything from colliding into the car. Because that is an impact on a train as well. But I'm glad that nobody was injured. All right, so increases in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere are increasing the incidence of airplane turbulence. Yeah. The oxygen in an airplane's emergency oxygen masks actually last for only about 15 minutes. Yeah. Hello, Mary Jane. Thanks for tuning in. It's always great to see you. So English is the international language of flight. All flight controllers and all commercial pilots who fly on international flights actually required to be able to speak English. Wow. And English is like one of the hardest languages to learn too. The world's smallest jet is the BT-5 Micro. Its wingspan is about 14 to 21 feet and weighs in just at about 358 pounds. So compared to the normal commercial flight planes, it's like really tiny. How cool is it? So one windshield or window frame of a Boeing 747 400's cockpit actually costs as much as a BMW. Just the windshield and frame. Cost of a BMW. Wow. I don't know what I'm playing. So most pilots and co-pilots on major airlines are not allowed to eat the same food to avoid the possibility of food poisoning, sickening the entire flight crew. Now, that just doesn't want me to make me want to fly, because I want to eat the same thing that the pilot's eating, so I know I'm not getting food poisoning. All right. So airport control towers windows must be angled at precisely 15 degrees from vertical at the top to decrease reflections from both inside and outside of the tower. Well, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, it does. Because you don't want to cause a reflection to a pilot as they're driving, get blinded and crash. You don't want that. Wow. All right. So the average Boeing 747 has around 150 to 175 miles of wiring inside of it. That's a lot of wires. So the C-5, one of the longest military aircrafts, is longer than 6 stories tall. Its length of 143 feet is longer than the Wright brothers' first flight of 120 feet. See what else are there? So the Boeing 767 sucks in enough air through its engines to fill a good year blimp in about 7 seconds flat. Wow. So the tires of a Boeing KC-135 jet tanker's landing gear consists of 8 main gear wheels and 2 nose wheels. So that's 8, so 4 and 4, and then 2 in the front, right? This is enough material. This is actually enough material to make about 100 automobile tires. Yeah, so 10 tires altogether, and there's enough material there to make 100 automobile tires. That's a lot to make a plane. Wow. There have actually been more astronauts than pilots who have flown the Concorde, which is actually now out of service. The Concorde was a turbojet-powered supersonic passenger jet airliner that was in service from 1976 to 2003. Many consider the aircraft an engineering marvel. Oh, all right, so what's here? Got more facts. What's here? Ooh, we're going to tackle some fish. This is the largemouth bass. All right, let's see if we can open this up. All right, so, hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? It's always great to see you here, Gilberry. Hopefully you're doing well, buddy. Hopefully you're keeping positive, brother. All right, so largemouth bass are widely abundant. The largemouth is one of the most widely distributed freshwater game fish in the United States, and they're found in about 48 states nationwide down there. Bass fishing also appeals to anglers of any different levels and abilities, since lakes and ponds that contain bass are usually found within a short drive of most American homes. That's pretty cool. Hello, Tamara. You missed it. You had about 3 shutouts. You did. First round of shoutouts, you had about 3 shoutouts. That was pretty awesome. You missed it. And we even did our history too. That's okay. You're just gonna have to watch the replay and tune in tomorrow. Make sure you hear it. Okay, so largemouth bass are actually part of the sunfish family. Yep, it's true. All right, the largemouth is a member of the black bass group of fishes and is technically part of the sunfish family. Yeah. So Florida largemouth bass grow considerably faster than their northern counterparts. Florida strain largemouth generally reach a weight of about 10 pounds in 8 years. A northern largemouth, in contrast, would generally weigh about 5 pounds at the exact same age. So they're a little bit heavier set, right? Hi, Shannon. Let's see what else is here. The world record for largemouth was actually caught in Georgia in June of 1932. The world record fish weighed in at 22 pounds and 4 ounces, and it was caught on Montgomery Lake by George Perry. Wow, that's a huge fish. The average lifespan of a largemouth bass is about 16 years. According to the Texas Park and Wildlife Department, largemouth bass live for about 16 years on average. However, the northern largemouth tends to live longer than the Florida strain. Of course. Go up northern. We all live longer, right? Of course. Largemouth bass actually have inner ears that consist of small bones. These bones are able to pick up very subtle sounds, like the movement of a grass shrimp or even a crayfish in the water. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I want the hearing. Kind of like my ears. That's pretty cool. What else do we got here? What other facts we got here? Ooh. All right. The duck-bill platypus. How's that? All right. So this is okay. It's really this really wicked facts. So all right. So people originally thought the platypus was actually a fake animal. When the platypus was first described in 1799 in the Naturalist Miscellany by the naturalist George Shaw, he wrote, "So accurate is the similitude that, at first view, it naturally excites the idea of some people." It excites the idea of some deceptive preparation by artificial means. Indeed, the platypus's unique appearance, a duck's bill and feet, an otter's body, and fur, and a beaver's tail. All but screams a hoax. Even though Shaw doubted its authenticity, he still dubbed the creature the duck-billed platypus, anxious, or the flatfoot duck. The critter's scientific name is now the Ornitholicus anatolus, and is the only living representative of its family and genus. Wow, that's pretty cool. Hey, Jeff, thanks for tuning in, buddy. An illustration of the platypus from the Naturalist Miscellany. Okay, so it didn't show me the picture. So platypuses are actually venomous mammals. Very few mammals are venomous. A male platypus delivers venom through ankle spurs. Females aren't venomous, though. The venom is composed of defensive-like proteins, or DLPs, 3 of which are only found in the platypus, which actually ups the animal's oddness factor as well. So the venom can severely hurt but not kill humans, but it can be lethal to smaller animals. Scientists think that the venom, which increases in production during mating periods, is intended to incapacitate rival males. Speaking of reproduction, right? So platypuses are egg-laying mammals. The platypus isn't the only venomous mammal, and it isn't the only egg-laying mammal either. The four species of Anicuta also lay eggs. Not much is known about the life cycle of a platypus. Males play no part in rearing the offspring following mating. The female gestates the eggs between 2 to 4 weeks, and then another week of incubation, in which the female circles around them, bill to tail. Once they hatch, the young suck milk from special mammary hairs for a few months before they actually become independent. That's pretty cool. A platypus swims underwater with a worm in its bill. Yeah. Platypuses actually eat small bottom-dwelling invertebrates like worms. That's pretty cool. Platypus milk could combat superbugs. Since platypuses don't have a sterile way to deliver milk, it would need to provide additional protections against bacteria in the environment. In 2010, scientists discovered that platypus's milk contained antibacterial properties that could actually help us fight against antibiotic resistance. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, Ernie, what's up, brother? Hey, Kelly. Hey, Becky. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's always great to see everybody. So that's pretty cool. So a 2008 study published in the journal Structural Biology Communications determined that the protein has a ringlet-like structure. So researchers named it the Shirley Temple protein, after the child actor known for her curly locks. This structure is actually unique among proteins, and it could actually indicate a unique therapeutic function as well. Oh. So platypuses actually have 10 sex chromosomes. Mammals typically just have a single pair of chromosomes that determine sex, but platypuses actually have 5 pairs. A really rarity in mammals. So for mammals, 2 chromosomes is all you need to determine sex. But for the platypus, it's always 10 chromosomes that make up their sex. Odder still is that some of these Y chromosomes actually share genes with sex chromosomes found in birds. Yeah, birds. It's possible that mammal sex chromosomes and bird sex chromosomes evolved at the same time. And the platypus could actually be the key to actually figuring that out. So that's pretty cool, eh? And everyone's always picked on the platypus. That they're ugly. They're cute. They are. They're totally cute. They got the bill, the body, the tail. They're really unique mammals. So platypuses actually don't have stomachs. No. Platypuses nosh on bottom-dwelling invertebrates like worms, insect larvae, and shrimp. But that food goes directly to their intestines from their gullets. They don't actually have a sac of digestive enzymes or acids to break it down. So a 2008 study published by Genome Biology outlined how several different genes related to digestion and the stomach were deleted or deactivated in the critter. One possible reason for this is that those bottom-dwelling dishes can actually be high in calcium carbonate, a substance that neuralizes stomach acids. So no need for the acid if you're canceling it out all the time, right? That kind of makes sense. Hey, Bill, how you doing, brother? It's always great to see you. And yes, platypuses swim in water. When platypuses go diving, they actually make themselves basically waterproof. Now, I've actually seen videos on this, and it's really cool. You guys definitely check it out. Their nostrils closed up. It's pretty fascinating. And yes, platypuses actually don't have teeth either. First, no stomachs and now no teeth. All right, how do they even eat, right? So when platypuses actually go diving for food, they also scoop up grit and gravel from the seabed. With all of these in their mouths, they surface for air and begin to chew by grinding the gravel and their prey together. Okay, squishing it together, right? Platypuses actually see with their bills underwater. Yeah. When they dive underwater, platypuses are basically sightless and unable to smell anything. Folds of skin cover their eyes and their nostrils to seal up to become watertight. Their bills, however, have electroceptors and mechanocoreptors that allow them to detect electrical fields and movement, respectively. But since they're mechanoraptors will be attuned to any movement, the electroraptors are necessary to detect living organisms for eating after they actually dig through the seabed. So that's pretty cool. Okay, that's cool. So for these little creatures that look like someone like Dr. Frankenstein got a hold of a bunch of creatures and be like, hey, let's make this. They are very fascinating creatures. They totally are. And like I said, you guys just heard that they don't have teeth. They don't have stomachs. The males, through their ankles, secrete like a venom. Women don't. That's pretty cool. Right? But yes, like I said, if you watch the video on platypuses, I think they're the cutest things. I guess I'm rude, but I've always thought that the platypuses are the cutest animals. But if you watch the video, yes, their nose, the little holes in their beaks, they close up, and they're literally like tight, like watertight, so water can't get in them, and even when their eyes are covered, like no water gets in their eyes whatsoever. So it's pretty cool when they go underwater. And yeah, like they're basically just like and diving in, and staying like this while underwater. And I know a lot of us can do that. Plug your nose, close your eyes, make them airtight, watertight, jump in the water. But they can actually stay in there for a little while. And they can actually go around, they can detect things around them. We can't do that. Because they can't smell or see. Either can we when we do that. But the only way to really tell anything is by feeling, right? You have to go around and feel. But we can't tell if actually something's living or not. But they have the ability to do that. So that's pretty cool. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. What else? Shazam. What is Shazam? All right. So we got facts on Shazam. All right. So thanks to the wisdom of Solomon, Shazam has the ability to understand, comprehend, and speak any language on Earth. Oh, NTG, I think, just sent me the clipping to the article about the train accident. And yes, especially someone abandoned their vehicle on the tracks up on Southgate yesterday at 2:07, and the train crushed through it. Yeah, there was no injuries, so that's always a plus. But whoever left their vehicle there, it's gone. Okay, just give you the heads up. All right, so Mary Marvel is the twin sister of Billy Batson, Earth's mightiest mortal, Shazam. By uttering the name of the wizard Shazam, Mary is granted the powers of the biblical Solomon and the 5 Olympian gods, becoming Mary Marvel. The Spectre is one of the most powerful beings in the DC universe. He once made Shazam return back to Billy Batson by saying, Shazam. Shazam and Superman once had an arm wrestling contest, and they were actually both evenly matched. There you go. Right? Yeah, Superman, the Man of Steel, going toe-to-toe with Shazam. So when the wizard granted him his powers, Shazam became the keeper of magic and the living lightning. He can actually control electricity and can use various spells and enchantments. Sometimes just for fun, Billy will fly up really high as Captain Marvel, turn back into Billy and skydive for a few thousand feet before yelling, Shazam! When Billy Batson turns into Shazam in Pre-New 52, he transforms into his deceased father, who was killed by Teth Adams. It's implied that he is recreated through Billy's fleeting memory of his father. Shazam once defeated a monster who had just absorbed the powers of Superman, Aquaman, Elongated Man, and Martian Manhunter. Shazam can actually see the future. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool superpower. Shazam and Wonder Woman managed to destroy a universe while actually fighting each other. That's a battle already. Shazam's nickname is actually the only hero able to match the Man of Steel. He was given that nickname back in 1960s. Yeah, what a nickname, right? Shazam's nickname. The only hero able to match the Man of Steel. I don't know, that's like a sentence. But yeah, I guess it's a nickname, right? I guess, yeah. So when Shazam first obtained his demigod powers, he helped a woman being assaulted. He threw the guy across the car's window, then asked the woman for money as thanks. Yeah. He was once actually tricked into giving away his powers to Constantine, therefore making Constantine the new Shazam. Although Shazam will usually try to avoid physical confrontation, he always stands up for what is right, no matter the personal risks or costs. Billy actually idolizes Superman, and despite their many clashes, has tried to follow the Man of Steel's heroic example. So when Billy Batson was a child, he often slept in the subway terminals for shelter. Yeah. In the 1960s, Marvel trademarked Captain Marvel. So when DC licensed all the Fawcett's characters in 1972, it had to change its own Captain Marvel to Shazam. Yeah. Dianca Williams is actually dating Shazam. Oops. All right. Shazam once pushed a monster so hard that he created a black hole. Now, that would be a lot of force. Shazam actually isn't completely invulnerable. In several stories, he's shown to be susceptible to high-powered magic, which can actually weaken or depower him. In some older stories, he's shown to be weak to high voltages of lightning or electricity. Which kind of doesn't make sense because, he's the god of, he's the holder of lightning, right? I don't know. In the late 2000s, when Billy replaced the Wizard and took on a white costume and the name Marvel, he commanded the various magical abilities once owned by the Wizard. When he replaced the Wizard, he was required to remain on the Rock of Eternity and could actually only be away from it for 24 hours at a time. So since the 2011 reboot, Shazam's powers have been slightly altered. The word Shazam doesn't cause a transformation if Billy doesn't want it to. And it can actually be used to cast magic spells other than transformation. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. So Shazam can actually share his magical powers and bestow unique powers onto members of his own family. That's very cool. He's also able to use magic in as yet unexplored ways. For example, on one occasion, he's using his magic to conjure up items. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so see, it's pretty cool. All right, so let's see. Okay. So this is the end of our facts. Yeah, it is. All right, so let's see if we can find a positive story for everybody here. Let's see. I don't know. It's better if I can show everybody. All right, so here we go. This is about a police officer. Right? This is pretty cool. So when actually cops see a boy wearing torn, dirty socks, they return with new shoes and ice pops. Yeah. So two anonymous police officers are being hailed for protecting the feet of a young boy and serving up a sweet treat in the process. So according to a Facebook post from the Tukwila Police Department in Washington, two cops were patrolling a local park when they spotted a youngster who was wearing a dirty, torn-up socks and sporting a large bloody cut on his foot. Yeah. So when asked why he wasn't wearing shoes, the boy said that his shoes were too small for him to wear. So while one of the officers kept the boy company, his partner went to the store and bought a new pair of shoes. Not only that, he returned to the park with several ice pops for the three of them to enjoy. Because what isn't better than a cold popsicle on a hot summer day, wrote the department on Facebook. One of the officers was photographed tying the boy's shoes while the kid enjoyed his sweet treat. The compassionate cops were only identified as Sergeant Modest and Officer Bashful as a means of protecting their bashfulness. But the photo of the policeman and the boy has already garnered tons of praise on social media. And that is really cool. That is. Let's see if we can find that. No, I don't want that one. It's going to let us see. Let's see. Come on. What does it say? Come on. I don't know what's going on with this. Okay, let's see if we can see more. Why is it not opening? Oh, maybe. All right, there we go. So, let's see. That wasn't the last thing that they posted either. Okay, let's see. This is actually, wow, okay. So we're on July 17th. It's actually a positive story that was shared today. Okay. So I just went and checked out the actual Facebook link to it. And that picture was actually posted. It was posted on Friday. Yeah. On July 13th. That was pretty cool. That was. So right on. I totally give props out to those officers. It's a nice thing to do, right? Okay, so we're going to try this again. Why Facebook are you guys doing this? All right, so we're going to share it off to my page first. Okay, and then we're going to tweet it out. Well, we're going to make sure we tweet it to the right page. MFers Live. Okay, then we're going to jump out of here. We're going to go back up here on Facebook. We're going to go share it off right away. All right, there we go. So right post, share to my pages. MFers Live. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is shared. All right. All right. It's almost 9:15. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Enjoying, some facts we got to do. It's pretty cool, amazing. Thank you to Master Chef for all the research he does on those facts for us. And thank you very much for tuning in. To the ones out there that I know that you guys watch. All right. I know that you guys are watching. I know you're not commenting or reacting. It's all good. Always remember, it's your time, okay? And I want all my officers to know I love each and every last single one of you, okay? I do. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are amazing people. You are. And without you, MFers Live wouldn't be where it is today. It's been pretty cool. So make sure you got, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you all tune in. Tomorrow we're going to have our Positive News Day, where we read nothing but positive news stories that are happening around the world. And that positive story that we just read about the officer was a positive story that was actually posted from today on the Good News Network. But it was actually originally posted from Friday, so that's pretty cool. It is. But yes, thank you everybody for tuning in. All right, and if you guys are watching me live right now, or you're watching me on a replay, or you're just listening, okay, if you guys can't say it yourself, okay, always tune in, and I'll always tell you, okay. And the reason I say it so much is because I mean it, okay. I totally believe it, okay. And if you guys can't say it to yourself, and my stream's not enough, you guys can always reach out to me, and I will say it to you personally, okay. Always remember that you matter, because you know what? You do. All right? You matter. Trust me. Okay? You may not believe it, but I'm telling you right now, you matter. Okay? And I will see you guys all tomorrow night. All right? So remember, peace, love, positivity. All right? Remember, same MF for time, same MF for channel. All right? And in the words of Bill Nye, the science guy, let's help save this world. And I believe the best way we can do that, which is the best mathematical equation possible. You spread a little bit of peace, love, and positivity wherever you go.